talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she need down the ride, oh I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
What's going on, Postal family? This is JH with a... Sorry. I gotta start. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let's talk. RD Bean. You know who you are. That's my dog. I want to give you a little bit of respect. He is one of our retired postal workers. He made this place work for him. He achieved the American dream and moved the hell on out of America. I appreciate you. I still appreciate your comments. Thank you, RD Bean. Let's talk. Jay did his... Why do I speak about myself in third person? I don't know. Why are you answering yourself? Because I can. Just to be animated, to keep you watching. What do we talk about? What has Jay spoken about for months? I even have a t-shirt that says, change the culture. Postal family, let's change the culture. I said to you guys when you were dealing with your union shop stewards, I said, change the culture. When I told you guys to step up, I said, change the culture. When I said that management needs to turn around and do better, I said, change the culture. I said, for you guys to step up into management, change the culture. I kept saying, change the culture. It is ironic. Nay, may I say, I always want to say that. Nay, may I say, it is dynamic. That's probably the wrong wording. Anyway, they have a training thing for supervisors now. And it is about the retention rate. Employee retention, which is from this Delivering for America plan. Employee retention. Remember what I just said, change the culture. This is very interesting to me because as much as I can share, there's certain things that I can't share. But because of the position that I'm in, I am one of the first people and the first faces that the people run into. So I had to take this course, and it's also for supervisors as well. It's telling them to change the stinking culture. It gives them those specific words. Change the culture. How ironic. Those words popped up. This was just out today. I just finished the actual course today, telling them the reasons why people are resigning and quitting the post office. Number one, it was the scheduling. Number two, it was the relationship with supervisors. The relationship with the supervisors. The relationship with the supervisors. And it was a number three. I don't remember what it is. I didn't take no notes. I'm freestyling right now. Because I felt like you guys should know. They watch me. And I tell you guys to interact. I tell you guys to leave your opinions. I tell you guys to voice your opinions because Jay is the voice of the voiceless. Jay talks about things that people are scared to touch on. Jay is controversy at its finest. But I do things within the scope. Some people say, hey man, you got to worry about getting spoken to. No, I ain't got to worry about that because I get spoken to already and been spoken to already. Oh, you got to watch out because they're watching you. And listen. I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but they have emailed me and they asked Jay to use one of his videos in their training. Now, a couple of you know that I reached out to you and said, do you think this is a good idea? Because the OIG, Office of Inspector General, yes, has reached out to JH and asked me. Now, am I going to post that email? No. I got common goddamn sense. I'm just telling you that they watch us. Now, if they're watching from up there, imagine that everybody else is watching. I'm getting to a point, family. I want you to know that realistically, that when you voice your realistic opinions, They get heard. Things don't change overnight, but they get heard. And because I took this little training, I was like, well, damn, this is everything that people have left emails about, sent me emails about. This is everything that you guys have spoken about. They even have scenarios, videos played out, and they say real scenario, and they reenact it where it says to the supervisor, how would you handle this? And it scolds supervisors for handling it the wrong way, where a new employee shows up in one spot and they say they work for a little bit. They don't know what they're supposed to be wearing, and they work for a little bit. Then they say, oh, you know what? You reported to the wrong office. Go to the next office. And they get sent around. And then the last supervisor that interacts with them at the end of the day say, hey, you know what? You weren't supposed to be here all day. You're actually supposed to report to such and such. And at the end of that, the employee on their first interaction with the supervisor and management is like, wow, you let me work the whole day and I wasn't even supposed to be here. That's their first interaction. I'm getting to a point here because basically this specific message or online training that they're giving all the supervisors, I just got assigned to it today and I was like, okay, I want to see what this is about. It specifically says for the supervisors to change the culture from the beginning, the way they interact with their employees, the proper way to do the evaluations on employees, the proper way to interact with employees, because they're saying that the employee turnover rate is at $1.3 million a year because of wasted employees, people coming in and quitting after a short period of time because of their exit surveys that say, why did you quit? Because of this, that, this, and the third. And it all narrows down to basically the flexibility with the work scheduling and the supervisors and something else. I don't remember what the other thing was. But at the bottom line is this: what I want you postal family to do is start interacting with each other respectfully. I don't like when you guys are dogging each other out. You can talk all the trash you want to me. It goes in one ear and out the other ear. It's crazy because when I interact with you back and I'm like, ha, and you're like, oh, who's triggered now? I'm like, bro, you didn't want to answer back, but you thought I was silent? And like, you're a tough guy. I'm not a tough guy. I am that guy that gets your message out for you. Because at the same time, I'm sitting here passing on information, not advice, to everybody on how to succeed at this place. You guys are giving your feedback. You're feeding into each other. You're helping each other. This has made so many people continue to go, continue to grow, continue to win again and again and again. That rhymed. I am on a roll right now. I'm just excited. I'm excited because I told you guys about 6-7 months ago, I was going to grab the bull by the horns and hold on for the ride. I was going to ride this bitch till the wheels fell off. I was just going to hold on for the ride to see where this thing went. And you don't see it yet. But I see good things going down the ride. It's because the OIG wrote you. No. Even if it was, that means that somebody of major importance sees value in some type of information that I'm putting out there. And if that's the case, when you guys are interacting and you're putting legitimate excuses forward, legitimate issues forward, and the people are reading, because that's what they do. They sit there all day. They ain't got nothing else to do. They're reading your comments. They want to know what's going on. When you guys are talking to me, they need to know what's going on. And they are addressing this directly or indirectly with upper management, and it's starting to trickle down because they're tired of people for the last 15, 20 years going through the same motions of coming in and being just turning into disgruntled employees is what this whole place is about. They said, and specifically, more than one time, more than 2 times, more than 3 times, change the culture. Now, could I have shown you that little clip? I can't, because that's the property of the Postal Service. I can't. But what I can tell you is it is true. And for any supervisor that watches me that wants to chime in, because a lot of you watch me but stay shut, you'll be getting assigned that as well. Because it's time. It's time for the employers to make the employees feel more welcome, feel more appreciated. They even use the word empathy. We've spoken about these things for those that have followed me. Empathetic. They was talking to somebody about, oh, the overtime desired list. And they went through the list, and then the last person said, no, he's not gonna work. So the first person that they go to was the CCA that just wandered back in. The supervisor just addressed them directly and said, hey, such and such got 4 hours on his route. He broke down. I need you to go back out. Employee turned around and said, yeah, but I got my kids at the daycare and I gotta go pick them up. And instead of the supervisor turning and saying anything to the employee, he just turned and walked away. And so the show's the next clip of the kids sitting in the daycare waiting because dad couldn't get off of work. The lack of empathy. So and that's a situation where a person says, you know what? Okay, F it, I'ma quit. It speaks about bombarding people with too many hours. It speaks about slowly bringing people into the post office and training them the right way. How many of you people had training before? Real training. It speaks about so many things in this little training that I went through that I'm really optimistic. And I wanted to share that with you because if you don't know nothing else about me, all you gotta do is go back in my videos about a year. I speak about what's happening today. Go back 2 years. I speak about what's happening today. It's not prophetic. It's just that I see things that you don't see. And so when I tell you, hold on for the ride, this place can change your life. This place can do things for you that you can't get done other places. I mean that. I mean that. This is an old man talking to you. Don't let the pretty young face fool you. Boy, this boy, oh, we knocking on 50. That's F-I-F-T-E, 50. Listen, enough with the foolishness. If you made it to this end of this video, if for some reason you stuck around to listen to my foolishness, I want you to type those words in the comment section. Jay's foolishness. I used that way back in the day. I just pick something up and say, hey, type it in. But I want you to put down in the comment section, Jay's foolishness. If you made it to the end of the video, if you have any input that you want to give, any of your advice you want to give to your fellow employees to say, yo, keep holding on. I love the way y'all reached out to Alicia. That's her name. And y'all been looking out for this lady that I had on the phone and she's down like she was about to give up. And a few of you have reached out to her. And I thank you for that. And I appreciate you for that. Why does it matter to you, Jay? Because this is a family. The first thing I say, how y'all doing, Postal family, is everything. And I continue on. This is my family. Let's make it happen, Captain. I'm out.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.